Our next guest is keeping the sounds of 60s soul music alive and well, despite being born 3 decades too late.
Yeah, 29-year-old Jalen Ngonda describes his music as modern soul with a touch of the Beach Boys. And we say, Jalen, welcome to Weekend Breakfast. Wow, that voice, you were born to perform classic soul. Have you always loved it?
Not always. I've been loving it since 11. Before that, I was only loving video games.
So you're coming to Australia and you're here for a while, but you're coming to the Sydney Festival first. Tell us about the tour.
We'll find out because I haven't done the tour yet. So the tour is my first Australian tour, and you know, there's just a lot of firsts. But what I do know is that, you know, I'm just here to sing and perform and have a good time. So
You're on the iconic Daptone label, Jalen. Did you feel the pressure of doing this classic soul R&B sound justice? I mean, you've got big shoes to fill.
No, I never felt pressure in that sense. I mean, I felt the only pressure I would have felt is probably just kind of interpersonal pressure. You know, just for my own in how I've always, you know, just gonna take my time here. Yeah, like I didn't think about, oh, I'm gonna be tarnishing a legacy of a label. They were just writers. You know, Sharon and Charles Bradley. They were just writers and musicians, and great singers. I mean, great writers. But no, I never feel no pressure. You know, just like I've always loved writing, and the whole classic soul. You know, it's just a style of music. It's a style of playing, and you know, I don't really think how classic soul, you know, it's just, I'm just writing a song and I just think about the song rather than all the things around it.
Yeah. You're an American, but ended up in Liverpool. Tell us how you ended up there and what it's like being in such a place as you're setting out on your music career.
Well, I went to university over there 10 years ago. And I went to this school called the Liverpool Institute of Performing Arts. I did a foundation degree. I found out about that school through watching TV with my dad in 2013. And it was just like in the middle of, it was mentioned during a program, a performing arts program, like a music program or whatever. It just got mentioned. And it just struck, you know, rung a bell. And I was around the time I was trying to look for a place to study music, you know, so like I was mainly looking in places in New York, also Chicago, LA. But, you know, the Liverpool Institute was the only place that kind of actually corresponded with me and gave me some encouragement to apply. So I just kind of picked up the signs and just sort of went with it and put all my energy, I just locked in and put all my energy into going there. So, yeah, that's how I ended up there.
I mentioned you played Glastonbury Festival. How was that experience?
It was a long day, you know. It was a lot of it was a very busy day for me, to be honest. But it was a fun day. The gig itself felt fast, but the gig was like, to be in all honesty, it was like every other gig. You know, when you're looking from the audience perspective, you see Glastonbury all painted up and you see the signs and all that stuff. But from the player's perspective, you just see people. And it just felt, you know, when you just see people, you just think about the people. You don't really think about, you know, the festival. But I know for a lot of people, it must have been an incredible thing. So I embraced it with them and how exciting it was. So, yes, it was a very exciting time.
So you're coming to Australia. I mean, what's next on the rise and rise of Jalen Ngonda? What are you doing next?
What's next on the rise? I don't know what's next on the rise, but what's next is that I'm going to Australia to play these shows, and then I've got some UK shows coming up. Whether if it will cause me to rise or not, I don't know. But I am just going to continue on playing some shows. I've got some new music coming out too. I can't name any song titles or anything like that, but there will be new music out in the new year.